Won't turn my head, they can't stab me in my back. One man, two man, three man down. Put that
Gentlemen, give me the SIP rep. Now, before today's show, I just want to give a huge shout out to the artist, the Gecko Ninja, who made my character. And not only, but he also made these awesome thumbnails you see on my latest videos. So huge thanks to him. If you want a character done just like mine, Taylor's and Wog's, you can see the information of the artist on my description. So with that being said, gentlemen, on today's video, we will be covering two Reddit stories, one written by a woman and another written by a man. And let's analyze what their mistakes were, okay? So, we have the first story here, posted by Alarmed Leader. Why is he suddenly avoiding me? So, I, female 18, have been in a situationship. There is the keyword, situationship, with a guy who is 19 since June, and I've fallen absolutely in love with him. So, at least she's honest about it, right? At least she doesn't say stuff like, we were talking. No, it's a situationship. He's very busy with school, volleyball, his band, and friends, family. So that's great. The guy has a lot of things going on for him. It's not something that will pose a problem to me if we got official. I need alone time to cultivate myself and all my hobbies, so it's actually more ideal. I confess how I felt 2 months ago, and he feels the same. Following the confession, he went to the US for a week because of school exchange and told me he'd need some time to sort out all his thoughts, feelings, and impressions. I think he has past relationship trauma, and although he acts like it doesn't, I know his busy schedule is stressing him out so much. I went through the same thing last year and we've talked about it. I've told him to put himself first and not let our connection take priority over what he desperately needs to sort out for his life and mental health. A month went by where we kept some distance. We met at a party and texted a few times, but I did what I promised and gave him plenty of space. 2 weeks ago, we met at another party and it was like every desire spilled out. He stuck to me the entire night and we got intimate for the first time. I think we've both been afraid to cross that road, because we care so much for one another and don't want to move too fast in fear of messing things up. We've been very careful and patient, as I think we're both a little scared of love. But that day we kissed and laughed so much, it's all a big blur. He called me after he had gone home. He had spoken about everything with his big sister and decided he wanted to hang out soon, that he was ready to set aside time for me. We set up a date, but the next morning he got a serious concussion and we understandably had to cancel. His concussion is getting better now as he's taking pills, but he still can't read or use his phone much. We've texted regularly since then, with his answers, of course, coming in a little slow. But my last message, sent 4 days ago, has been left undelivered, where I asked if we should reschedule again to hang out soon if he's feeling better. My message has most likely been lost in the millions he has to handle every day. So this guy, he has a lot of things going on for him. He has a band. He travels to different countries. That's the reason why maybe she likes him. He has really got status. But I still can't stop thinking he has deliberately ignored it, out of fear, guilt, or lost interest, I don't know. I went to an event at his school yesterday and met him. We talked a bit, mostly about how he's doing, where he expressed current stress of all the absence he has from school because of the injury, plus the missing assignments he needs to do. But we didn't speak about us, and I certainly didn't bring up my sad-delivered message. He had a hard time looking me in the eye, and I felt like a hopeless admirer. Later, he switched to fully avoiding me. Oh wow. I guess I wasn't any better, as I was scared of approaching him too. I only spoke to him again when he left, where I received a hug that felt much shorter than usual. I can't read his mind, and all of you can't either. I think I can. I mean, the signs are all there. But I'm so lost, confused, and sad. We are both terrible communicators when it comes to what the hell we are. And the blame is fully on us both. It's more on you than him, and we'll get to that in a moment. I just don't know what to do now, and for the first time I'm questioning if he's lost feelings. It's all so stupid. I guess I'd just like some outside perspective on it all. Okay, I'll give you some outside perspective. You know, gentlemen, what would you say is the mistake that this woman made? Because apparently, and I'm kind of assuming here, but it seems like the guy lost interest, you know? I think that if the guy was really into her, he would have made the move. He would have said, you know, I've missed you all this time that I had the concussion or that I've been busy, and now I want to be together with you again. But it seems like he lost interest. He, you know, they talked in his school. He didn't give her much attention. He gave her a short hug, and then he ignored her messages. So the mistake is that she didn't secure the commitment up front. You know, notice how she mentioned in the beginning that it was a situationship. Nobody knows for how long that's been going on. So yeah, that is her mistake. As a woman, you have to, you know, you are the natural selector. You have a roster of guys from which to pick. I'm sure that a lot of men are, you know, hitting on this woman. So she liked this guy, but she didn't say, you know, she didn't have the what are we conversation. So that is her mistake, because if he was your boyfriend, it will be understandable that you are blaming him as to why is he not texting to you, why is he not, you know, trying to keep the communication going. But he's not your boyfriend, you see, he's nothing. He's a situationship, a flinging situationship. So you can't put any blame on him, really. You know, he doesn't owe you anything, he's not anything. So many of the woman's problems could be solved if they secure the commitment up front. Because most of the douchey guys that only want, you know, one thing and it's freaking disgusting, most of those guys would fall off if women bring up the conversation early, if they secure the commitment. So with that being said, gentlemen, let's move to our second Reddit story. If I can pull the right scene, here it is. So, I am an overthinker. I want your advice, guys. Hello, guys. I couldn't find somewhere else to put my crappy thoughts, and I hope you guys can help me because I am... yeah, okay, I'm not reading this. Anyways, I am a male in a long-distance relationship. We both are 21 years old. We have been together for 2 months now. I love her so much. This guy doesn't know how to write properly, so I'm gonna be translating some things along the way. I'm always there for her. I always try to make time to text her. I always drop my walk and cut off from my study time and walk time to call her, to text her, to be there for her. I show her a lot of love, a lot of caring. I compliment her a lot all the time. But I am afraid she doesn't put the effort I'm putting. She literally watches Netflix and leaves me undelivered, or she goes and plays League of Legends and leaves me undelivered. I miss her all the time, but all she got to say is I was playing or I am on Netflix and just leaves me hanging undelivered. She sometimes gets intoxicated and pushes me away. So I've been missing her a lot lately. But what's really bothering me and killing me is the thought that she shows me love only when she is wanting bedroom fun. If I might, I'm going to tell you this story. Yesterday she was having a hard time. I was at the class, even though I did manage a way to text her, and I was worried about her. I was there for her for like 3 hours. I made time for her during the class, and I have been there for her the whole time, texting, making her comfortable, trying to make her feel better in a way or another. Okay, guys, I'm sure, I'm sure that some of you, while reading this, you have a cynical grin appear on your face because you know what's the mistake that this guy made. But we'll get to that in a moment. Let's end this. When she finally went to her room, she started leaving me hanging on delivered. She put on Netflix again and started replying so slow. Then she went to bed, she woke up. I woke up, I texted her, but she was playing and watching Netflix and left me undelivered again. Seriously, guys, what should I do? Is it just me overthinking in a negativity, or is it her fault too? I need some advice. Okay, so the guy's mistake, of course, is, you know, trying to give his girlfriend attention and validation. This is a mistake I think every man does, in his first relationship. By the look of things, I would say that this guy, this is his first relationship because he doesn't know anything yet. Men think that by giving a woman attention and validation and, giving their soul and heart in a relationship, they will be liked by their partner. But it's not like this at all. Like, this man hasn't been around the block yet. He doesn't know that, women will say how much they want, some guy to text them good morning queen every day. They will say how they want someone who is attentive and, emotional and talks about his feelings and all that. But it couldn't be further from the truth. So this guy's mistake is investing too much. Or maybe I should say investing in the wrong person, because I'm an optimist, gentlemen. I do believe that there are some women out there that still want those things like attention and want something serious. I do believe they exist. But, for the most part, if you just jump into a relationship and you try to give it your all, your A game, you're gonna scare her off. You're gonna frighten her. Because women in this day and age, they don't want those things, So this guy will learn, probably the hard way. But before we continue with that thought, gentlemen, let's just read the comments because they're quite hilarious. So we have New Fake Starry, whatever his name is. No offense, but you sound overly clingy, desperate and obsessive. She doesn't need to spend every waking moment with you. Stop being so exhausting. Incredible. And the author writes, but I'm afraid once I do that, we lose interest or I will end up losing her. I can do that and I can just be normal, but I'm afraid to lose her when I show no love. And so that guy continues, no, it will disappear by you smothering her and being insecure. There is that word again, insecure. Crying about being left on red is very immature. Yeah, tell that to the boss babes on TikTok. Don't you have anything better to do with your time than wait for her to message you? And he says, I have plenty of things to do, but I chose her over those things. That will be something romantic and beautiful, but modern women do not want this. At least when they are young. They want it when they are 40. So he says that, right? He says, she's the most important thing for me. She's a priority. And that guy says, yikes, no offense, but you give off major stalker vibes. This is funny on the border of disgusting because, when we see a woman crying about how, men don't give them attention or men don't give them what they need, men don't treat them well, or when they whine on Reddit stories that they invest much more in a relationship than their male boyfriend does. What you will see in that comment section is people saying, oh, queen, you deserve something better. Of course, you are putting so much in the relationship. You are holding all the, emotional labor, or what was it, guys? The emotional baggage and work, etc. And you will see all the comments, oh, leave him. You deserve something better, queen. You will find something better. He's not the best one for you. You deserve so much more, etc. Yet when a guy says the same problem, I'm investing more in a relationship than she is, people will tell him, oh, it's because you are clingy. It's because you are desperate, insecure. You're not being a real man. Isn't that funny, guys? How the same problem, when said by a woman, will gather so much attention and so much you know, compassion. But when a guy does it, he's clingy and desperate. Let's read another comment. You are infatuated and are way more invested than her. Stop wasting your energy and time. And know that if she is really into you, she will come to you. You need to mirror her affection and vibes. Overly clingy dudes always mess things up. I know this because I used to be one. This is maybe the best comment there is here. Of course, it's clear that he's investing much more than her. You know, he's being what in theory is a good boyfriend. You know, he's prioritizing her. He's putting her needs on top of everything. He is being compassionate. He is showing her attention. But my young friend, this is not what modern women want. At least when they are young. You need to mirror her affection and vibes. I think that is a good advice because, gentlemen, if you're looking for something serious and the other person is not showing interest in something serious, just move along. Don't waste your time like this guy is. I'm sad for this guy because it appears as it is his first relationship, and I'm sure he will get hurt because of this relationship. This happens, I think it happens all the time. Like, I think it happens to every man. You know, in their first relationship, they just jump head first, giving all their hearts and minds and energy, you know, and giving it everything because they think that that is what works. They think, oh, if I give everything I have to this woman, she will love me and she will stay with me. Wrong. And you have to learn that the hard way. If someone got this dude, you know, the original poster, if someone got him and sit him down and told him, look, you're doing it wrong, it's not how you should do it, that person, the author, will not understand what is going on. He will not understand that he is doing it wrong. He has to, you know, he has to get his heart broken. He has to go through the failure. He has to get cheated on by the woman he invested all his attention, love, resources, mind to. And then he will learn the hard way that this is not what women want. You know, maybe he will get to a red pilled channel on YouTube and he will learn it faster. But for the most part, this is what men go through. They invest, they put all their energy, and they get screwed 1 time, 2 times, you know, 3 times. And at some point they realize, wait a minute, this is not what women want. I've been lied all my life that I have to be a gentleman, that I have to, you know, be serious and be a real man. Because we hear women saying, I want a real man. I want a man who will give me attention, who will take care of all my needs. Yet when someone gives them that, they don't want it. So yeah, this is the mistake of this guy. He, well, he's young, you know. Let him try this a couple of times and I hope he learns. I hope he joins my channel and he can learn how things work. But gentlemen, to end the video, as a last note, it was interesting to me to notice the 2 mistakes that this woman and man made. So the woman's mistake is, first off, we could say choosing an inappropriate man. But I will say that her real mistake was not securing the commitment. You know, because if she wants to keep talking with this guy, if she wants to, you know, tell him her problems and for him to tell her his problems, if she wants something, you know, what we would call a standard serious relationship, what she should have done a long time ago, you know, maybe in the beginning, before going to bed, is secure the commitment. Because that way, like, women have their issues when dating, but most of them can be resolved just by securing the commitment. And yet we see this mistake happening all the time. But the male's mistake is, you know, giving too much or giving it to the wrong person. As a man, if you want something serious, you should look for a serious woman that when you give her your time, your attention, for her to be grateful about it, you know, you should look for that if you want something serious. And if you don't find it, gentlemen, it's better to be alone. Like, the advice I will give to the guy, to the second Reddit, is dump that girl. And if you want something serious, find a girl that will value the things you do. Because You know, because if you don't find it, if you don't find her, if you don't find that woman, it's better off to be alone than to be investing in this girl you're currently with, maybe for months at a time, maybe for years at a time, and eventually find out that either she cheated, or that she found someone else who is better. Because the attention you are giving her is not doing you any good. The attention you are giving her is literally running her away. So, gentlemen, you know, this is the red pill. This is the man going their own way philosophy. It's better to be alone than to have bad companies. So, to all the guys, you know, I would say take note of the second TikTok. The second Reddit story. If you're going to be with this kind of woman that doesn't respect you and doesn't value what you give her, just don't be with her. You know, just be alone. It's better to be alone. Or if you're really optimistic, to keep trying to find a woman that will actually value all you do. But with that being said, gentlemen, thank you if you've made it till the end. Leave me a comment on what your thoughts are about what we have read. And thank you for joining me in these Reddit stories. Have a good day.